Hello and welcome to the AFL Foxcatcher show. My name's Julian Vallance, joined as always by Bernie Vince. Bernie, let's get into round 21 action. Friday night, your neck of the woods, Adelaide Oval, Crows versus Hawks. Big ramifications for the Crows, possibly top two. Hawks, still think they might dip out of the top eight, but they win here, they probably are safe. I think the whole recipe to success, it's probably a little bit harsh on them, is due to their health, the Crows. They're equal healthiest players used in terms of the comp, 33, only behind the Cats who have only had to use 31. I think it's been a big part of why they sit where they do on the ladder right now, Bernie.
Yeah, you look at last year, injuries everywhere, and they finished 13th or whatever they finished, and then they bounced back this year healthy, and then they're wealthy, as you say.
Yeah.
So Max Michelani is out this week. Okay. He's a big loss, not a household name, but over in Adelaide, he gets all the roles on the small forwards. He would have taken the Wizard this week, and he would have taken Jamie Elliott when they played Collingwood in a couple of weeks, out 4 to 6. That leaves a bit of a hole because their defence has been sewn up so well this year, but he'll leave a bit of a hole. OK, interesting one. Numbers that matter here for this game. I think this is see how this game's going to play out. Beautiful conditions in Adelaide Friday night, so that's good. Good starting point. Those 3 big forwards for the Crows, we love that. 165.5 total point line here. This just has my ears twitching a little bit, Bernie. Look at the numbers you can see. Crows, over 100 is their average. Hawks not too bad at 88. I think there's something in this. I think I want to play 165.5 if it stays dry. Yep, 4 of their last 5, they've scored over 100 points, Adelaide, and 105 of them. So, and that's in all conditions. As we saw last week, it was torrential rain. Still scored 133, can you believe? So I trust them to score over 100. It's what the Hawks can score because Adelaide's defence, geez, they're stingy. They don't give up much. Don't give up much disposal as well. They're 18th in the competition, or they're the stingiest in terms of giving up possession to the opposition. And the Hawks are 17th, actually. So be wary of that in your same-game multis. These two teams don't like to give up possession to opposition.
That's really good insight there from Bernie. Let's get to Collingwood versus Brisbane. This is an absolute beauty as well. How this game evolves is going to be interesting because I think when you look at the overall and you look at the Pies, you go, they're not a high-disposal team. Well, what about this? We know the Lions are a very high disposal team. They're 3 in the comp for the whole year. But in the last 5 weeks, the Pies sit #1 ranked for disposals. They've changed the way they do some output. Whether that's been success, I mean, look, they've lost 2 out of the last 5, so they're not flying, and they miss market expectation on 3 of those occasions. But they are flicking the ball around a little bit more, the Pies. So I think if you want to play in the SGM space, you are playing with disposals. In terms of total point line for this one, Bernie, got an opinion? 165.5 as well.
I think that's about right. You look at night games, MCG, around about 150. I know that's higher than that, but these two teams can score quickly. If I was pushed into it, probably unders at 165, being a night game. But then Brisbane, be wary of the wounded, I reckon, here. That's their worst loss of the season. Absolute belting in the Q Clash. They were so good in the wet. We're saying they're 4 and zip, and we expected them to win and demolish the gut. Well, they got demolished. 66 points is a huge loss. That would have been a tough week at training up in Brisbane, I should say. So I reckon they can bounce back. I don't know if they can win. Maybe stay out of that market, but they will push the Pies. Yeah, and they travel really well. Their MCG record is really good, especially in the last 2 years. So, look, Gold Coast bounced back against them last week. Can the Lions bounce back against the Pies after a really poor one? Let's get to Geelong versus Port Adelaide. Geelong were clearly going to be clear-cut favourites here, Bernie, and understandably so. In terms of the total point line, sits at 176.5. I think there's big enough numbers here to play into that space. So pretty good conditions in Geelong. I think I'd probably want to be with the overs here. I had to check this a couple of times. 16 and sunny in Geelong. I didn't think that happened during the winter. But it is a perfect day there on Sunday, so expect Geelong to score big numbers again. I just worry about Port Adelaide. 35 they scored against the Crows. I know it was in wet conditions, but Adelaide were able to score. So quite often they've been under 50. They're just probably going to have to get over 50 to get that 176 mark. But I agree. I think it's going to be overs.
I think a lot of people might start watching this because they're on Jezza watch. He's going to win the Coleman now. So he started at $10 at the start of the year for the Coleman, split out to 21 after round 9, now $1.01. PointsBet put up last week, including finals, to kick 100 goals, $51. That is going to obliterate the PointsBet office, won't exist. He is a big chance after the 11 against North Melbourne. He kicks double figures this week. They're all in the queue. Let's see how that plays out. We're all on Jezza watch. We'll see you soon.
Chances are you're about to lose. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.